So let's go back up here. And remember we talked about create an empty database. Well, let's take a look at this option down here. If we check that, we're going to hide this quick start screen. And then all that you're going to get when you launch FileMaker is create an empty database. This is the same as, and we'll uncheck the quick start and cancel this. If we go into preferences and look right here, this is the same option as you just saw in the quick start screen. So if we uncheck this, click OK, and then choose new, choosing new database is the same as launching FileMaker. So if we launch FileMaker or choose new database from the menu, it will give us this dialog. In other words, always creating an empty database for us. And this is what seasoned developers do. They usually have this option unchecked so they don't have to see all that learning stuff. They don't need to learn anymore. They've already got that knowledge. So they just want to create a new database from the start. So since you are probably a starting out person and have just begun to use FileMaker, we'll come back in here and check this. And now when we choose new, you're going to get the quick start screen. And we're going to come in here and choose contact management, use a starter solution contact management, click OK, and it's going to ask us to name this. It's given us a name, so we'll keep that. We'll save it right on the desktop, and it creates the contact manager for us. All the fields are in there, all the scripts, everything has been done, all the interfaces all done for us. This is kind of what we're going to create, very similar to this, in this tutorial, but we're going to create it from scratch. But again, I want to show you what a finished solution looks like so you know where we're going. So let's start by creating a record. As you can see, we have 0 records right now. We need to actually create some records. Now you can do it from the records menu and choose new record, or they've designed a button that runs a script that'll create a new record for you. Same thing, just you don't have to go up to the menus, and it makes it much easier. The most common things are down here on buttons for people. So we do new record. You can see we have 1 record now, and we can enter data. So we'll enter John, Mark, and we can either tab to the next field and type, or we can grab the mouse and click into the next field. It all depends on whether you're a mouse person or a keyboard person. And we'll type in my title, hit the tab key, company name, tab it again, 909, and 1 more tab. Now we're not going to fill out a second phone number, so we'll tab again. We'll go to the next field, and we type in the email address. And that's enough data for right now. Let's create another new record. And just to prove that it works the same up here, we'll choose new record from here, and we'll enter 1 more person. So that's enough information for you to see what's going on. And let's switch to another view. This button, this scripted button, will take you to another layout, because you'll see it change right here, and it'll switch you from form to list. So you can see now we're on list view, and now we're as view as list. So view as list allows you to see multiple records on a single layout. If you come back to the form view, we're seeing 1 record at a time, but more information. List view allows you to see more records, but a lot less information. In fact, there's another view here. It's called table view. This is more like a spreadsheet. It allows you to do nifty things like move fields around like that, make them larger, click on something to sort it. So this is another way to view your data. It's kind of like a list view, but kind of like a spreadsheet too. So we'll switch back to form view, and let's take a look at how we can insert a picture. There's a button here that runs a script, and if we choose it, we can choose this graphic I have available, click open, and it places it right in there. Now I've put this graphic right into this FileMaker database. It's stored inside of it, so it makes the FileMaker file larger. You also have the option of a reference. You can say just put the path name in there, and that works great too because it doesn't make the file bigger, but you can't move the file, otherwise you have to change the path that's stored inside this container field. So container fields are the ones that store pictures and files and other things like that, any kind of media you want. So here's an introduction to what we're going to do. We're going to add scripts and layouts and fields and tables and all kinds of good stuff. And this is just going to give you an idea of where we're going, what we're going to be doing throughout this tutorial.